Hi, thanks for joining me today. We are going to do a navy white bean dip with garlic and onion, and it's going to be fantastic. So most of the time you guys are using like a hummus for your dip for your vegetables, or you're using maybe a ranch sauce, which isn't ideal. The hummus is fine, but it can get boring, right? And the ranch sauce we just want to do away with. So I'm going to give you a recipe today that's going to be really satiating. It's going to be the consistency of hummus, but it's not going to be boring. So let's get started. So I've got, just in terms of ingredients, I've got 3 cloves of garlic. These are quite large, so if you've got small ones, then you can probably get away with 4 or 5 of them. And if you really love garlic, by all means, do a whole bushel if you want. Then I've got about a cup of diced onion. Then I've got just coconut oil. I'll show you what we're going to use that for a little bit later, but I'm going to probably use about a tablespoon or so. And then I've got these organic navy beans. And then I've got some sea salt, olive oil, I've got some chili powder, and some water, about 2 cups of water. So I've got this simmering right now, and I'm just gonna take my garlic and I'm gonna put that inside here. And you're gonna boil this for about 20 minutes. So I've got it on medium right now. I waited till it was boiling, and then now it's just simmering. So you're gonna go and get your pan, fill it up with 2 cups of water, put your cloves of garlic inside, and you're gonna come back to me in about 20 minutes. If you wanna add some sea salt, just for some flavor, then by all means go ahead and do that. I'm gonna do that too, if I don't push it everywhere. Okay, put that inside. Okay, go do that, come back to me in 20 minutes. It should be really, really soft by the time you come back to me, okay? See you then. Okay, so you have gone and you've boiled your garlic, you've put some sea salt in there, and they're quite soft, right? So now we're gonna take the garlic out, and you're just gonna set it aside for a minute. So you're just gonna put it in this bowl over here. But you're gonna keep the water because there's some great flavors that the garlic and the sea salt have mixed together, and so we're gonna keep that water. In that water, we're gonna take our cup of onion, and we're just gonna place it inside. We're gonna let that simmer as well. Turn that up a bit. And then I'm gonna add about, let's say, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm gonna take my coconut oil, which has some great health benefits, which is amazing. And I'm gonna put about a teaspoon. I've changed my mind. I know I said earlier about 2 tablespoons, but do about a teaspoon, because we put a lot of olive oil. If you wanted to put less olive oil and more coconut oil, then you can kind of substitute back and forth. So I'm gonna bring that to a simmer, and I'm gonna add my beans. So I've already rinsed these, so make sure you rinse them and add them. I got 2 cans here. I've got an organic kind, I think it's called Eden. Yeah, Eden Organic. You can get these at any organic section in the grocery store. Should be pretty easy to find. And this is what I'm using, but I mean, you can use any kind of bean you want. If you want to do like a navy bean or sorry, these are navy beans. If you want to do a kidney bean or a black bean, you know, be creative. If you want to put a couple together, that's totally fine. Kind of experiment. That's the great thing about cooking, is that there are no rules really. Just kind of play it by ear and see what tastes good and what doesn't. And just let that simmer. So you're gonna hold this here on this heat for about, I would say 10-15 minutes. You're just waiting until the beans are soft. So it'll depend on the heat, and it'll depend on the bean you choose. But let's say you come back to me in 10 minutes with your beans very soft. And then we're gonna blend them up, and honestly, that'll be it. We'll be done. So I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Okay, now that you've poured and drained out the water, make sure you keep the water, because the water is really important. It's full of nutrients, it's full of a lot of flavor, so we're gonna keep that. So now you're just with the bulk of the ingredients. You're gonna take your blender and just make sure it's all ready to go. We're gonna put the ingredients inside the blender. So if you've got a Vitamix, then good on you. It's gonna be amazing. If you don't, that's okay. This is gonna probably get a little messy. It's like Russian roulette. Which stuff's gonna fall out? Okay, we're pretty good here. Okay, so keep in mind it's still pretty hot. So just be careful. I'm gonna blend this up until it is smooth. it up a bit. Get the good stuff to the bottom so we can get blended too. It's a bit thick, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually add a little bit of that water that I drained into the mixture. That way it's just going to be a little bit easier to blend. All right. Perfect. So that's really all it takes. I'm just going to scoop this out. Now you can have it as thick or as liquidy as you want, but that's basically your dip right there. When you refrigerate it and it's a lot less hot, it'll be a bit thicker. So there's the bean dip here. You can use it with pita chips. You can do like a gluten-free, wheat-free pita. You can do corn chips. You can do vegetables, which is my preference. But just make sure when you have it all done, after you've done this, put it back in the fridge, or put it in the fridge, I should say. Make sure it cools down, and then you're good to go. So if you want to put some chili powder, you want to put some pepper, by all means, make it your dish. But here's just a little bit of chili powder, maybe a little bit of sea salt on top, a little bit of ground pepper, and you're ready to go. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Take care.